ECS మనకి first log into a dashboard and select the any razor, right? Go and select the some razor. So last class select other razor. Okay. Now here open the ECS Elastic Container Services. Open the Elastic Container Services. Just click on ECS. Let's see. So first, is there any ECS available? Let's see. So right now here there is no clusters, right? So yes, so few clusters are available. Okay, no problem. Demo cluster something there. Let me create one cluster or select other region. Go Mumbai region.
These clusters are not deleting.
It will take. See, cluster is collection of the everything, right? It will take time to delete us. Okay. Now in Mumbai region, so I'm opening the Elastic Container Services ECS. Okay. Now try. So here also two clusters are what? Those are not good. Okay. So then go and select another region.
By region changes.
Yeah, the one is sort of case. So this is the second region. US East, right? Is there any cluster here? No. So create a cluster. So before that, first open the ECR container registry ECR. So same region, select same region. Just try to open ECR Elastic Container Registry. Our containers are available ECR, right? ECR Elastic Container Registry. Now open this one. This is not service, right? Yeah, in this service also you can see ECR. The names should look like equal. Elastic Kubernetes Services EKS. Elastic Container Service ECS. Elastic Container Registry. So three are look like same. Okay, there is a difference. Elastic Container Registry. This one. Fully managed Docker content. All Docker containers are available here. You can take the Docker images from here. Get started. So public carry. Let's click on this one. Now, so let me create cluster. Last class we created cluster by using the latest technology Spark serverless technology. Okay. Now you can use any one of this manual server-based technologies. So this is Linux-based technology. This is Linux cluster. This is Windows cluster, right? Select Linux cluster. Click next. Cluster name. Okay. Include any cluster demo. Okay. So demo cluster. You can give any name. This is the ECL instant type. Okay. Number of instances, how many you want? So you can mention that. I require 2 instances. I want to create minimum 2. I want to create cluster with the 2 nodes. Okay. Right. These are all the default settings only. Key pair. If you want to connect to that server, yeah, you can select any key pair. Next. This is the VPC. So default VPC is selected. Security groups. So you can use default security group or you can create a new security group. It will create new security group. That's okay. Now security group inbound rules, port number 80 yellow. That's okay. These are all default setting. Now create cluster. First create a cluster. Let's see. So this is a server-based cluster. Okay. Cluster is nothing but collection of the nodes, collection of the worker nodes. Let's see. Cluster created, EC2 instance IAM policies created, cloud partner stack is also start created. Let's see. So ECS cluster, cloud permission, all 3 steps there, right? Now view cluster. So this is the demo cluster 9. Super. Next, what I have to do? We need to create the task, right? Create task, create new task definition. So we have 3 different side of tasks. So last class will target we created deploy. Now select EC2. Click next. Now task definition. So new task. Okay. 9. Now here task role. Select this one. Network bridge. Task role we select default. So you have to select the bridge mode. It will work. Bridge mode. Okay. Task execution role. Yes. Memory. So how much memory? So 102 for 1 GB RAM. CPU. So I want to give one CPU. One CPU. One CPU like this. One CPU. All are lowercase separate. One CPU. Now here we have to add the container. Add container. Where is your image? Where is your code? So that code applicable here. Container name. So nx web server. I want to deploy. Example. Okay. Here image path. Now go for images. You can deploy any images here. Your choice. So I am showing one. At time of your practice, you can deploy this NGN. You can try NGNX, HTTPD, and some other images also you can deploy. All web basis, web application you can deploy. So that output you can convert in website. This is image location, right? Container. Yes. This is container. Copy this container location. Okay, this is the latest container. Name of the image NGNX. Copy this one. Now paste here. So this ECS cluster will take image from that location, right? So next this one, odd limit, soft limit. So odd limit means so 350 so MB to odd limit. Soft limit, so it will give the warning on this is the odd limit. The cluster cross this limit will get the warning. Okay, so this is the soft, this is odd. Remove this one. Here, odd limit 350. Add the soft limit. Soft limit first you will get the warning 250. So the cluster use the MB of 250 MB. Automatically you receive the one notification. So cluster reach the 250 memory. More than 350 memory, automatic cluster kill you stop. This is the memory limit. Okay, you can set, you can remove also, your choice. Port number 8080. Our protocols work with the port number 8080 TCP protocol, right? Remaining all are default settings. All defaults. Yeah. See, create cluster. Create the task. Just start creating the task. Just click on create. So I added a container, I added the memory, I added CPU. Okay, everything is fine. Created task. Create. See, task is created. So create task definition successful. Now go for cluster. This is my demo cluster 9. Okay, so this is my task. Is there any instance? Yes, we launched 2 instances. These are nodes. I want to deploy my application on these nodes by using the task definition. Click on task, run new task. Which technology you want to use? EC2. I want to deploy my code, my container on EC2 or Parquet or Explorer. So I want to deploy on EC2. Select EC2. What is your container task definition? This is called latest. Okay. Which cluster you want to deploy? Cluster 9. Number of tasks, number of the nodes, how many you require? In the number of nodes, you want to deploy container in 2 nodes, 3 nodes, 1 node. I want to deploy in 2 nodes. I have 2 nodes, right? 2 instances. I can deploy in 2. Okay.
If
So
both it will deploy, that means if you will do one only at
One.
one it will
deploy. Okay. So both it deploy. So run the task. Yes, it start running successfully. See, these tasks are running. So once it's success, we can check the output. Right? It's success, right? Now go for EC2 instant dashboard. Same reason, open EC2. New tab, just open EC2. Now here you can see instances are running. Remember, here instances are created by the cluster, not me. Automatic instances are created by the cluster. The two instances are created. In these two nodes, I already deployed one application. Now to check that application, copy this public IP address, then check the output. Like this. Got it? This you have. So here you have to select the bridge mode. Should default bridge mode. That is problem. Okay.
If you go to another instance and you
Same.
copy that IP,
Same. That is also coming.
that will also.
That is also same website, right? That is highly available.
The problem is if we give this IP and we will delete that instance, it won't be reachable.
No, this is never deleted. Try to delete to again create. See, that is the advantage of cluster. You cannot delete. You never delete.
Instance delete చేయడం కానీ cluster delete
Cluster.
cluster delete చేసినప్పుడు మొత్తం
Oh.
Sir, my doubt is that they are having different IPs. Then if I have given you one IP, that my server is my website is working on this, then you will go. And if I stop that, then the IP will change.
No, you can do any IP in the cluster. Generally, they will add this cluster. See, here we added the separate hosts, right? In case we add the load balancer, so we can give load balancer. For example,
Static IP we cannot give for all.
Yeah.
Cluster.
so at that time you can add to load balancer. What you have to do? All these nodes you can need to add to load balancer. These two instances add load balancer. Instead of instance, attach the load balancer. Okay, now you can have the load balancer DNS name, right? That now you can do the customer. They can access it. Right.
సార్ ఇన్స్టెన్స్ తప్ప చేసి నోట్స్ ఎక్కువ క్రియేట్ చేసుకోవచ్చు సార్.
So it's terminated, right? After some time again, new one is created automatically. Sometime new one will be
అలా క్రియేట్ చేయడం అవేర్న సేమ్ ఉంటుంది సార్.
different. You want same IP, elastic IP, fixed permanent IP. Okay, so this IPs will change. To start, restart, IP will be changed. Right. So next concept, Kubernetes service, EKS. So, but this is we need to follow the specific procedure. Let's see, where is my Kubernetes service? So I have one folder. It's not there. There. So I want to Kubernetes service, EKS. Okay, this one. So this is the difference between the three types. So now this is different. You can see ECS, container orchestration created by AWS. Require creating cluster, control panel, cost 0, pay per worker nodes. Deeper integration with other AWS services such as IAM, AWS. Good for cloud native container architectures. This ECS is the AWS own tool, inbuilt tool. What about EKS? Managed Kubernetes open source. This is Google product. AWS take it, they are implementing. Not powered by the AWS. Required creating cluster. Here also we need to create cluster. Control panel cost, this much cost. It's not free. $144 for worker nodes, pay per worker nodes. AWS actually working on the integration. Good for cloud native container architecture, easier to move on Kubernetes and AWS. This is the latest Fargate, serverless technology. Containers on demand, no cluster required, only pay for task based on CPU memory. Fargate is currently on runs on ECS, early days, more to come. Good for workload, which runs for the duration of Fargate. First we run the Fargate, right? Server stack, after that we run the ECS by in the EC2 instance. Now we will see the EKS.
So it is saying no cluster is required.
Cluster is not required. Cluster means serverless. Servers are not required.
Okay.
Fargate we create, we are not selecting EC2, right? That is. No instance. Yeah, that is the case.
But then in Kubernetes, there will be instances.
Yes.
It is server. It is server based.
Yeah, it is server based. Okay. So Kubernetes, yes, we need to follow the process. So it is a long process. Let's see. Elastic Kubernetes, very important service, Elastic Kubernetes service. Now it's done. So for EKS, first we need to create one Linux computer. So we need to start with our Linux computer. Now this is my second reason, right? So now go to your instance. Now create one instance here. Create. See, I removed instance earlier, terminate, right? Again, it who created? Cluster. That is high availability. By mistakenly, by unexpectedly, one host or node terminate also immediately regenerated. Okay, so that is the Kubernetes technology, cluster technology. Okay, let me create a new instance, launch instance, tag. So one launch, one instance. So imagine Linux I'm starting. Select instance, config instance details. So add storage. Yes. Here you can take 20 GB. Add that name. Name of your instance. So Elastic Kubernetes service EC2. Okay. EC2 server. Configure. Here you can add the all TCP rules or custom TCP rules. So you can add HTTP, all traffic. Hello, all traffic. Okay. Launch. So key pair, we can create new key pair or so Elastic Kubernetes service. Key pair. Download the launch instance. New instance, right? Refresh. So where is my instance? This is my instance, right? Okay. So first connect to the instance. First generate the key. Putty gen. Now open the putty gen. So select SH1 RSL load. Select our key pair. EKS key pair open. Okay. Save as private key. Yes. Elastic Kubernetes service key. Save. That. Now I want to connect to this computer first. Okay. So copy this one. Copy the IP address. Okay. Now open the putty terminal. Open the putty. Okay. Copy paste. So appearance change. 760. Okay. So you can change the background colors. Okay. So now select the code key, EKS key, right? Let's open up subtype. So I successfully create one instance, EC2 instance, will connect it. So meanwhile, now go for EKS, Elastic Kubernetes Service. First create the cluster in EKS. EKS. Yes. Just open EKS. See, Elastic Kubernetes Service, Imagine EKS, fully managed Kubernetes control. It's a fully managed Kubernetes control. Now, first create the cluster. The add cluster, create. So, what is the cluster name? Cloud Vision HYD cluster. Cloud Vision HYD cluster. Cluster. Kubernetes version you need to remember. What is this Kubernetes version? 1.21. 1.20 is there, 1.19 is 18. 1.18 old version, 1.1 old version, 1.20 running in the market. The latest one is 1.21 Kubernetes. Select that one. Now we need to add the customer service role here. Service role. So that we need to create here. Go for IAM management. That role we need to create. So how to create that role? Let's open this new tab. Open new tab. So open our Razor, where you can create roles, security credentials, right? One create security. In IAM management, group management, user management, policies, roles. Now roles we are using here. Okay, let's create one role. Policies are applicable to users and groups. Roles are applicable to EC instance and clusters. See, create role. AWS service, AWS account, these are different roles, right? Now I don't want all these roles. I want a cluster role. So what is so easy? Elastic Kubernetes services, EKS. Select this one. See, I want EKS one. Okay, EKS or EKS cluster, EKS notebook. This all are there, right? So select the EKS cluster. Allow access to AWS resources that are required of the cluster managed by the EKS. Okay, EKS cluster. Next. This is the EKS cluster role. Next. Role name EKS cluster role. Okay, one. I'm giving name like this. This is the that role యొక్క syntax. Create role. I create one cluster role. Okay. Now go back. Here I had refresh. Just refresh. Drop down, it will display. Okay, select this one. Okay. Next. First create the cluster. See, this is the VPC. These are the subnets I already selected. This is the default. If you have custom also, you can select. IPv4 address, cluster endpoint access, public, not private, public. Yeah, these are all default settings. Everything is default. Click next. So these are the options, control panel options. See, we have two types of right architecture. Let me show. In Kubernetes, the architecture is look like. This is architecture. I will share this guide also. This is confidential. Please do not share to anyone. This is my company guide. Kubernetes slides. Here you can find some reference documents, videos also, links also. Total complete information on Kubernetes. Okay. If you want to certify Kubernetes, you can practice this one. So this is the architecture. See, Kubernetes, we need to maintain two nodes. Elastic Kubernetes service. This is the master node. This is the worker node. Master node, worker node. This is one VPC. It is one VPC. This is separate VPCs. Both are same, not same. Okay. So master node, now we are creating the master node. So after creating master, we need to create the worker node also. Worker. First, we need to create the master node. This node we are creating. In this, there are components. Worker node, we can launch the nodes. Node 1, node 2 like this. So node 1, node 2 like this. Node 3. In this node, we can deploy the application. To control this application, we are using the master. Okay. From your local system, your PC, your Linux computer. Now, first we need to connect to the master node. From master node, you can control the work. This is the process. This system already I installed in the EC2 dashboard. We are installed Linux system, right? In this, we need to install some softwares. First, in this computer, first software, AWS CLI, we have to install. Okay, next to kubectl. kubectl also we have to install. Okay, these two software we have to install in this record.
Sir, I have one doubt. We are already having EKS. Then what is the difference between EKS and EKS?
ECS only one VPC we are creating. Everything is done in one VPC. Here two separate VPCs.
Okay.
In ECS there is no master node.
Here master and worker node concept is, but there everything is in one
Same.
one cluster.
One cluster. Same cluster. Here master node, Master node mean manage, plan, schedule, monitor the nodes. Here we are not deploying any application. Like in C, like we have ship, right? Ship outside, small boats are coming. So they deploy the containers like this. So these boats are nothing but nodes. Node 1, node 2, node 3, node 4. These are the applications. Containers are the application. This is the big ship. Ship is nothing but master node. Okay. So master node loading, unloading. So these loading small boats, right? These small boats called the nodes. This application containers called our applications. That is concept. See, here we have one video also. So for your guys' reference, if you open, it will explain the entire concept. So it will explain architecture. What is master node, worker nodes?
Sir, are you working on Kubernetes?
Yes, my organization working.
Hello and welcome to this section. My name is Umshad Mohammed and we're going through the certified Kubernetes administrators.
This is only Kubernetes. This you can apply job. This is the one latest technology. Kubernetes. You learn, you can apply job. This is the architecture. He will explain what is what. Okay, that is the link. You can try after some time. Okay. Now create me cluster. It will take time. This is cluster. Create. First, I am creating the master node. Right. Master node done. Master node is created. Now it is in provisioning status. Okay. Once done, now we have to create the worker nodes. Meanwhile, you will run it our client computer. Right. Log into our client computer. Open. Default username EC2 user.
First, we need to create a cluster and then we need to connect.
Yes, yes. So first we need to create the master node. So after that we need to create the worker node. For connectivity part in client system, we need to install the kubectl and some softwares. Okay. See, this is my client computer. In client computer, I have to install the first AWS CLI. This is the command, and then via AWS CLI, you need to connect it to the AWS dashboard. Yes, we can do it. Next, what I have to do? So in AWS CLI, after that, install the kubectl. AWS CLI done. Kubectl we need to install. Okay, these two things we have to do. Let's first do. Let's see. So sudo yum space update space. This is Amazon, right? So update. First, update the initial plugins. Now your computer EC2 instead. First, we need to do AWS CLI. You know how to install AWS CLI, right?
Yes.
Right. I'm doing that one. So this is the syntax to install the AWS CLI. Okay. So we need to install the software also, unzip software, right? So yes, install unzip also. Clear. Sudo space yum space install unzip. So already installed. Now install the AWS CLI software. It is installing the AWS CLI. Last calls also we complete this concept.
Yes.
AWS CLI. Done. Verification sudo space AWS hyphen version. Right? AWS space hyphen version. Yes, perfect. So 2.4 install along with Python 3.8 also install. Now your client computer, you have to connect it to AWS dashboard, right? These are concept, EKS concept is there in which dashboard? Azure, GCP, AWS. AWS portal, right? Yes. AWS portal, particular region, particular VPC we are creating. Under region, we are opening this service. Under this service, master node we are creating. and then worker nodes we are creating. So after that, we are connected to master node. We can deploy the applications. This is process. Now to connect this from your system to this AWS dashboard, AWS CLI, you have to connect. For this, it is asking the access key and secret key. Okay, administrator account access key secret key we have to enter. Right. Now go for AWS dashboard. Here, generate the access key and secret key for administrator. Yeah, access key and generate. Here already 2 keys are there. Let me delete. Deactivate and then delete. Create a new key. Okay, delete this one. Right, and then delete, deactivate. Copy paste this one. Delete this one. Okay, done. 2 keys are deleted. Next to generate the new key. Okay, show key. So this is the key, right? Copy the key. Now here, what is command? You know, right? AWS configure. Become AWS configure. Connect order. You will ask AWS space configure. Now enter the access key. Now after that, enter the secret key. This one. Enter here. Enter. What is default region? In which region you are doing? Our region is US dash east 2. US dash east. Yes, enter that. US dash east 2, right? Yes. Output format JSON. That's it. So successfully AWS CL install connected to dashboard. Next we enter kubectl. Okay. Now try to install kubectl also. Right. So this is the command to install the AWS CL. I'm making separate note also. I will share this one so that you guys see it. Next kubectl. Kubectl. This is software you need to install. So what is command for the software? Let's see. For kubectl, we have special URL. Install operating in AWS CLI. This one done. Okay. So this is for kubectl. Okay. Now see here. This is AWS. This is kubectl, right? Otherwise, you can type just kubectl installation. Will come also. So I want to install the cluster nodes kubectl. So one direct link. Just type like this. Install kubectl. Kubectl EKS. Okay, this is directly. We will directly open the how to install kubectl. You want to install kubectl Mac, Windows, or Linux? Linux. Yes. Linux. Linux. Which Kubernetes version? 1.21. Yes. This is you should remember. That is the version you should remember. Copy this one. Now go on. Kubectl is successfully installed. Yeah. Okay. Next to below. Next step. After installing kubectl, this option, algorithm option. Done. After to step 3, give the permissions to that file. Change the mode kubectl file. Yes, permission. Step 4, one by one. I'm not changing anything. Default values. This is the configuration path. Okay. This is the export path. So I'm using one by one all these steps. No need to remember. So guide is there. Just you need to follow these steps. Step 6, check the version. That's it. Simple. Okay. Version kubectl 1.b21. Right. Kubectl also successfully installed. Now verification command kubectl get space No, nothing is displayed. Why? Because we are not started worker nodes. Okay, first go for groups.
Sir, how we can
See here, yeah,
if there is any command, how we can know that we are connected to our AWS?
yeah. Connected means that established right connection. AWS
Now
configure.
suppose if you want to check, no command.
No, that command is success means connected or that's it. No special commands. If command is not executed, you will not connect. If it is connect only, you can connect, right?
Yeah.
EKS and everything. If not, you can unable to connect. That is also problem. Let's see. See, our node is ready. So go for cluster. This is my cluster. It's still creating. Just wait. Okay. So meanwhile, if once done, here compute. Under compute, you can see node group is there. Na? We add node group. We need to create the node group. Worker node we have to create. Let's wait. So these are the syntax AWS CLI. Okay. So this is the for AWS. Otherwise, I will do directly so that it's easy for you. I will copy paste directly. Okay. Yes. Instead of these two links, this is AWS CLI. Okay. This is the AWS CLI. This is the Cube CLI. Right. Two software done. Next. So next to syntax. Yeah. These things we need to get. So these things you cluster name, cluster. These two queries we need to execute after getting the master node. Okay. Master node ready, we need to execute the two commands. See. These two commands.
Change the region.
Yes, region we need to change. So what is region? Our region? US dash east 2. Okay. Here also same. US dash east 2. Okay. This is describe cluster. Cluster name. What is our cluster name? CVHYD cluster,
Yeah.
right? CVHYD CLUSTR cluster dash 1. This one, right? Yeah. So this is our cluster name. Copy paste below also. These are the two syntaxes to connect it to your cluster. From a computer, interact with cluster by these two commands. Okay, otherwise connection is not established. Okay, see. Check cluster ready. See active. My cluster ready. What is my cluster name? CVHYD cluster 1. Now enter this command first. Okay, where I am entering in my computer. Go for your computer. Enter here. Connected, right? Active. So it should be active. If it is not active, you are doing something wrong. Disable or fail or whatever. Next this command. Copy this command. And I am my system connected to cluster. See, context is added. New context added. Right? That means what? Cluster is connected. So now you can check this command. QCTL get SVC get service. So it will display the cluster IP. If it is connected. Now it should. This is Kubernetes. Cluster IPs. This is cluster.
This is master cluster.
Master cluster. Okay. So successfully we connected to master. You want to deploy applications. What about worker nodes you have to create, right? Now go and create worker nodes. This is your cluster. Okay. So once log into cluster, this is the overview of your cluster. Worker loads, configuration information, everything, right? This is your cluster overview. Workloads, these are the inside of the master cluster components. Okay. Configuration. Here configuration, you can see this is details of your master node. Okay. Master node is launched on VPC. Under compute, you can see node group, Fargate profile. This is serverless technology. This is EC2 technology. Here also without EC2, you can create the Fargates profile. Add node group. What is your node group name? You can nest worker node. Okay. Here we need to create one IAM role for here also. For that IAM role, we have some rules. These are the policies we need to give to IAM role. Yeah. See, for master node, After connection, so master node. Create worker node, right? Worker node. For worker node, we need to create one IAM role. IAM role. For that role, we need to give these policies. 3 policies. Okay. Now go for create IAM role. Yes, where we can create. Okay. Yeah, roles, select role. Okay. Okay. Create here AWS service EC2. Select EC2 here. Click next. Here we need to type that comments. First role this one. Okay. So check role is there or not. Yes, there. Select. Next role. This one. Worker node policy role. Okay. You should not remember that is the reason I'm pasting this one. You can save this roles. So here, see this one. Remove this one. I can type policy node. It's there. Select this one. Okay. Last one. Add this node also. Select. Okay. Here, copy paste. Select this one. Okay. Next, 3 roles are selected. Role name, worker, node, role. You can give role 1. This is information. Okay. Next, add. Next, worker node add. 3 roles are added, right? Yes. Create role. The role is created. Successfully created. Now come back here. This is the worker node, worker group name, worker node. Here refresh. Refresh, it will come the node. See. Select that role. Launch template. All are default options only. Next. Here, what type of worker nodes you are creating? Linux or Windows. Windows on demand capacity, on demand spot. Both are instance type. On demand, it immediately created. Spot also get that some price variation is there. On demand and spot. But you can read the definition. On demand spot, there is some difference. Instant type, what type you want? Default type I'm sleep. You can change also. You can increase the capacity of the nodes, but it's chargeable. Okay. Yes, hard disk 20 GB. These are the notebook configuration. Number of nodes, minimum size 2. 2 nodes will be created. Yes, you want increase here, you can increase also. Okay. Like auto scaling, how we are increasing. Here also, worker group nodes also you can increase. Why not? Okay, so click next. Default to subnets, select all default options only, and then create. That's it. Master node created, worker node created. Master node in separate VPC, worker node in separate VPC. These network different perspective. See, in this cluster, worker node also created. So I connected to master node. From master node, I have to connect to worker node also. To check the worker node is connected or not, these are the commands. These commands to verify worker node is connected or not. Okay. Now you can see. So I have to use this command to check worker nodes are connected or not. Cube serial, this is the master node. So these 2 commands for worker nodes. It is already verified, it is connected. So you can enter this command. Now you can see. Oh, my time duration. Again, reconnecting instead.
We can restart the access.
Which one? That would, yeah, okay, maybe. Yeah.
Right click and it will restart.
Restart, right? Yes, correct. So you can do like that also.
One more option is the duplicate.
Yeah, duplicate also. Otherwise, you can change the timings.
Yes. Oh, timing or
Yeah, so ideally it is 0 timings. You can increase the timings. Now increase the colors. You can do it. Okay. Extend the key. Browse.
timing for that time it
Section.
will be available.
Available. Until that available.
It won't time out.
Yeah, terminated. EC2 yourself. Now enter this command. Now this one. This is command. It is connected to cluster. Connector now to application command. Method this command. See, my system is connected to cluster. It is connected to master node.
Okay.
Then only display this syntax. Okay. Now it is connected to worker node or not. This command is this one. This one. If nodes are displayed, it is connected. Otherwise, it's not connected. See? If something is displayed, yes, it is connected. See, something is displayed, right? That means what? Your system is able to communicate with the master node, work node by using the software QC.
Yeah.
Got it? That's what. See, how many nodes are ready here? 3 nodes are ready. Okay, so you can deploy your application.
Sir, we didn't create node number of nodes.
Number of nodes we enter, right? Node group. Node group, you can change that values, right? 2, 2, 3, 4 like that. So yes, now it is started. See, refresh. Now you can see this is my cluster, open cluster. So in worker node create, right? Number of desired nodes 2. 1 is the master node, 2 is the cluster nodes. Total 3 nodes. Workload C. These are the default options. You open this worker group. Now you can see number of nodes. See, 2 nodes are running. Okay. Now you can deploy your application. I want to show the real-time application. So GitHub. Now I will see cluster is ready, master node ready, worker node ready. Now you can deploy your sample application. I'm not sure the application available or not. Let's see. Let's see Java. Let's see this location. So Docker file is there. The no, that's not. Some I'm looking for this real-time application. Let's see. Here, pods. I want to pods location. This is smallest piece of code. Okay. This is one code name, an application. I want to deploy that code. Okay. So this is command. Now enter here. See number of nodes. So see the number of nodes running. See 2 nodes are there. Now you deploy your application into that node. This is command to deploy. Sudo. No. So kubectl will get what is this command? Just a minute. Yeah, copy this one. Kubectl. Okay, deploy this one. See, application is deployed. See, pod node app created. How to check application deployed at kubectl get pod. Pod means application deployed into node. Now that is called pod. See, one pod node app is created. Okay. Now next, here's some set of commands. Let's see. Command to get all pods. See this command. Right, just now we check it. Pod means application. See, one application running in one node. Okay. Next, command to discover the pod details. So that our application details. Copy this command. We deployed one application, right? See, this is your application details. I don't know what this application, but example. Your application name Node app. So Node is nothing but one language. Java, Node, right? Like that is one application. App name Node app. I deployed this Node app on Kubernetes. So this is the Node app details. This is the Docker file. This is the Node app container. So all information about that app, that application. Okay. See, everything is created and success. Node app is container created and started also. Okay. Successfully we are running the one application. Next, execute commands on pods. Direct to here one thing is there. So first we deployed application your Node app. node, yeah, deployed to this node. It creates a pod inside the node. Again, you can log into your AWS to master node to worker node to node to pod also. Pod means it is also like a mission. You can execute commands in pod also. Okay. How to switch to pod? This is command. So execute commands on pod on your application. Can directly execute application. You see your font will be changed. You can observe. See, this is the kubectl execute node app print view. So I deployed some command. I deployed print application. I deployed. This is the details of your node app. Okay. Next, getting into pod terminal. See, node app terminal. Directly log into your node app. This is command. Your application. Now you are switched into pods. Now your font will be changed. See. So what is this font? Our actual font, right? Now what is this font? Where you are in? Node app. So that is important. So this is developer, DevOps engineer. This is technical. They directly switch into AWS nodes, master node, worker nodes, again worker nodes, pods node, again nodes into pods. That this is the actual your application. You can see the application details. LS. These are all your application project files. Docker file. I said right. Docker file. Developer ready one Docker file. Jenkins files, node file, modules, package, JSON file. This is your code file. Okay. So ls-ltr. All this application permissions of these files. Okay. Right. Like that, you can deploy, you can test this. Getting log from pods. Log. Who logged in? What are the things they do? Log management. Yes. This command. You want back from the exit. Exit back to the your normal terminal. See, exit. I am at normal terminal. You here ls. There is no coding file here. Got it? Next, check the logs. Logs of your cluster. Comments are everybody here only. Yes, you can expect. That's it. All comments. See, these are the logs of your node app. And finally, so I expose pods to internet. Check your application output. Yes, it will generate the public keys, private IP address information. See, service node expose. Now outside people also they can access your node app applications. Clear? So I will share this link. You guys also try. This is the public.
Yes,
This is the public, right? Public repository. That means what? You guys also try. Okay. I share this link. If you open, directly it will open. This is the GitHub link. See, once ready, master node, worker node, master node ready, worker node ready. So I'm going to deploy the application. Deploy sample application. This is the link. This is what GitHub link. GitHub link. You have GitHub, then only it will open. Okay. Yeah. These are the syntax first. Clear? I will save this one. I will save it. EKS. Save to desktop. Clear? Termination, you know it as usual. Remove the cluster one by one. For termination, what you have to do? First, remove the worker nodes. This is cluster, right? Before removing cluster, first you have to remove the worker nodes. Select, delete. After that, cluster. Select, delete. That's it. Simple. Clear?
yes.
Right.